The Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, a security guard and killed with her own gun.
And the man in custody, someone she'd been trying to break free from. A vigil tonight for the 26-year-old woman tangled in an abusive relationship with a man that she'd met on social media.
She had so much life to live.
And in an instant, she was gone.
She was left for dead by herself. She was shot in the head. That was the news that we got.
Cousins banding together 24 hours after the murder of 26-year-old Cynthia Platt, an armed security guard on the job when she was shot and killed. Thursday, she was on patrol here in Taylor in an industrial area off I-94 in Pelham. She was shot in the head with her own gun. Then police got a mysterious 911 call from her boyfriend, who they later arrested.
I don't really think that there is any words to describe how it makes us feel.
Sources tell us Cynthia was trying to get out of a both physically and emotionally abusive relationship with her boyfriend. But at a vigil for her Friday night, family says they did not know it was this bad.
I don't think that we ever thought anything like that was ever going to happen to her, let alone anyone in our family. And it's pretty hard to cope.
Family and friends still stunned, sharing stories at a family home in Hamtramck.
She was such a fun and happy person for the most part, very outgoing and always down to have a good adventure.
The man in custody, Cynthia's boyfriend, has not been charged yet, but the investigation is progressing. He allegedly led investigators to her gun and phone, which have been recovered.
Even if the person that they have in custody is convicted of this crime, his family can still go see him. He's still going to live. He still has breath to live.
Now, it does look like we will see charges this weekend. As we know, it has to happen within 72 hours of that arrest, unless he's being held on a probation violation. But sad story all around. The family, they're just thinking, you know, there were signs. Should we have stepped in? But
they did as much as they said that they could.
Exactly.
Very sad. All right, we have new video tonight of two suspects wanted in a deadly home invasion. Take a look.
Or DTE. We're checking for gas leaks.
The pair seen here are accused of killing a man inside his Rochester Hills home after pretending to be DTE workers. Police say the men actually showed up the night before, claiming there was a gas leak. The homeowners didn't let them in, but they came back Friday morning and were allowed to go back into the house in the basement to look for that leak. That's where the 72-year-old man was later found dead. His wife was tied up and managed to get free and call 911. Investigators say the men searched the house for about 20 minutes before leaving, but it's not clear what they took. Both suspects remain on the loose and are considered armed and dangerous. DTE putting out a statement tonight urging customers to be alert for impersonators. The utility says it will always make an effort to contact customers in advance before visiting their homes. If anyone shows up unannounced, customers should ask to see a badge with photo ID and to call 911 if the person becomes agitated or starts acting strange. You can also call DTE at the number that you see right there on your screen, 800-477-4747, to confirm if they've sent an employee to your home.
A Rochester Hills doctor accused of collecting nude images of patients, including women and children, is now facing even more charges, this time for allegedly sexually assaulting a 5-year-old. Dr. Omar Izas was arraigned today on 17 felony counts for a series of assaults police say took place in Novi in 2023 and this year.
The scope of this is horrendous. We go all the way from a 5-year-old in this most recent charge all the way up to older ladies that were actually under sedative recovering from some kind of surgery.
The doctor was arrested in August after investigators discovered thousands of explicit videos being stored on a device he owned. He's currently being held on a $2 million bond. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office is asking people to contact them if they believe they may have been victimized.
Governor Whitmer going viral for a video involving a Dorito chip.
And while supporters say it's meant to be a funny stunt, not everyone's laughing. Here's Fox 2's Dave Kinchin.
I have no idea what the governor was thinking.
Republican political strategist Jamie Rowe is putting Governor Gretchen Whitmer on blast for taking part in a viral Instagram video where she places a chip in the mouth of liberal podcaster Liz Plank, who accepts it while on her knees. Many Catholics are saying it's a clear shot at the sacrament of Holy Communion.
I was an elder in my church, just recently retired from that. And serving Holy Communion is one of the most sacred things that we do. And when I saw that video, I was dumbfounded by what on earth the governor thought that she was doing with that. I mean, it felt to me, and I've heard this from a lot of my friends from around Macomb County here today, who felt that she was mocking Holy Communion.
After Plank accepts the chip, the camera moves over to the governor, who's wearing a camo-style Harris Walz campaign hat. Fox 2 requested a statement from the governor's office and have not received one yet. However, Democratic sources with knowledge of Whitmer's participation in the video say it refers to a viral TikTok challenge called The Dilemma, where one person awkwardly feeds a friend of theirs on camera, but Rowe isn't buying it.
I mean, that's just wrong. And if it were done to any other faith, it would be condemned across the board. But this is what believing Christians take all the time, and we're tired of it.
We asked if the situation would be resolved with an apology from the governor.
If she sincerely apologized, I believe in forgiveness. I mean, I'm a Christian and I believe in forgiveness. But what we got today was an excuse.
Well, we did just get a statement from the governor's office, and there is an apology in it. The governor says here, over 25 years in public service, I would never do something to denigrate someone's faith. I've used my platform to stand up for people's right to hold and practice their personal religious beliefs. My team has spoken with the Michigan Catholic Conference. What was supposed to be a video about the importance of the CHIPS Act to Michigan jobs has been construed as something it was never intended to be, and I apologize for that. She's referring to the Michigan Catholic Conference that also had a lot to say about all of this tonight. We're downtown. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Today, after former President Trump took a jab at Detroit while speaking before the Detroit Economic Club, Vice President Harris is out with a new campaign ad.
And it's highlighting those negative remarks about the Motor City. Take a listen.
And so what Donald Trump doesn't understand or care to learn is that when he said
our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president,
that he should be so damn lucky.
I'm Kamala Harris.
The ad runs about 1 minute in length and basically says the former president doesn't know anything about the city's revival. It's scheduled to air this weekend during the Tigers playoff game Saturday and the Detroit Lions game on Sunday. Well, meantime, Vice Presidential hopeful Tim Walz campaigned in Macomb County for the first time since joining the Democratic ticket.
He spoke to auto workers today about his running mate's plans to pass union-friendly legislation and build a future for manufacturing.
Cities growing, crime's down, factories are opening up. And today, there are more factories getting built, more auto and construction jobs, and more American energy being produced than any day when Donald Trump was president.
The next visit from the Harris-Walz ticket is next Tuesday. Harris will be in Detroit for a radio event with radio personality Charlemagne the God.
All right, the weekend, if people have plans, we need to know what the weather's going to be like.
We do. We got a big game tomorrow, too. Weather Authority Stephanie Mead is here with the forecast.
Yeah, it's looking nice to start, and then we do have a few showers that we have to factor in tomorrow night and then through the day on Sunday. Also, temperatures are going to change a little bit, too. It's going to get a little chilly for us here as well. Not the case right now. We have cloud cover kind of insulating us at the moment, so temps mainly in the 60s, few 70s still sprinkled in there here and there. Otherwise, kind of a comfortable evening. And a lot of us are mainly dry. We just have a lot more cloud cover around at the moment. Mid to upper 60s, Howell, Pontiac, downtown, we're in the low 70s for right now. And earlier, we were picking up on a few lighter sprinkles up near northern Macomb County, but that is no longer a thing. In fact, we stay dry and quiet into tonight, and then it's not until tomorrow evening where we start to see our next chance for a few showers. So temps continuing through about midnight, falling through the mid to upper 60s. Lows tonight will bottom out lower 50s. We're in store for the mid 60s once again tomorrow, but we're increasing cloud cover with showers arriving late in the day. Now, this is all associated with our next system. And notice how they blossom out tomorrow evening. Timing on this is at 9 o'clock, and it'll be there well before 9 o'clock. I think anywhere between 6 to 7 o'clock is where we see the beginnings of these showers. And note here, there is that potential for seeing some moderate to heavier pockets of rain, maybe a clap of thunder, nothing severe. This is going to continue late Saturday, early Sunday morning. And then Sunday, I think our shower chances are a bit more widely scattered, and there will be a few more breaks in between that shower chance. So by 4:30, 5 o'clock, again, spotty. That chance of rain is going to continue late Sunday into Monday as well. And this is going to give us some hefty totals, but it is much needed rain here across the state. Around, say, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, upwards of around an inch at most for a few select spots. Temperatures after that will decrease. Sunday, highs only reach 60 degrees. It's going to be a bit breezy too. By Monday, middle 50s for a high. So right behind this system, we'll have a chunk of some cooler air briefly make an appearance here across Michigan. That will retreat back northward, and we'll see eventually temperatures near or slightly above the seasonal high as we hit the end of your work week and into possibly next weekend. The extended forecast shows temperatures mainly in the 50s to start off next week. 50 degrees Tuesday, so a little chilly, with temps rebounding to the 70s as we head through the end of next week. Taryn.
All right, we'll be ready. Thanks, Stephanie. Well, parts of Florida still reeling from the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. Take a look at this. 2 Orlando area homes and a pickup truck were swallowed up in what appears to be a sinkhole. One garage has collapsed, but next door, the side yard and sidewalk are completely gone. Local reports say both families were inside at the time, riding out the storm. Thankfully, everyone's okay. A massive cleanup effort is underway. Experts estimate the damage could cost billions of dollars. President Biden is expected to visit Florida on Sunday to get a firsthand look at it all.
Tonight, we've learned it was a tour guide who was killed when an elevator malfunctioned inside a Colorado gold mine. 46-year-old Patrick Wheeler was one of 23 people trapped yesterday in a rural area just south of Denver. A group of tourists were reportedly heading down the mine shaft when the elevator had some sort of breakdown. About a dozen of them were stuck for hours, roughly 1,000 feet below the surface. Investigators say the elevator has only malfunctioned once before, 38 years ago, and no one died in that incident.